Henry Callum had driven this road so many times that he could have done it half asleep, and on some mornings he almost had. 40 miles outside Centralia, the pavement stopped pretending to be pavement. It broke into packed dirt and gravel, cutting through the Douglas firs like a wound that never healed. The trees grew closer the deeper he went, until the canopy swallowed the sky entirely. In the back seat were grocery bags and a paper sack of medication, beta blockers, blood pressure pills, anti-inflammatories for his mother's knees. She never gave them much credit. He passed the logging site without slowing. Heavy machines sat in the mud, feller bunchers and skidders, silent and waiting. A chain-link fence stood half buried in the earth, a warning sign hanging from it. He did not read it. He already knew. He kept driving and turned onto Forest Road 14. The house appeared where the road ended, not built in the forest, but grown from it. Moss covered the steep roof. Hand-carved wooden frames wrapped the windows in knot-like patterns. The structure leaned slightly north like an old tree refusing to fall. A truck stood outside, and beside it a silver sedan that looked too clean for this place. Henry stepped out and went inside. His mother was sitting by the wood stove. 83 years old, straight-backed, cane held tightly in both hands. 3 men stood in the room. 2 wore logging gear. 1 wore a suit. "We have an easement through this land," the man said calmly. "Limited access." His mother didn't look at him. "Limited my ass," she said. "We can establish a buffer zone. I want them off my land. The state has already approved it." Her voice did not change. "Then you will answer for it." After that, no one spoke. She stood up and walked into the forest. Henry followed. The trees closed behind them immediately, swallowing sound and light. The air grew colder and heavier, as if the forest was listening. They reached a clearing, a perfect circle of bare earth. Symbols were carved into the ground, into the bark, into everything. In the center lay a dead stag. But it was not just dead. It had been arranged, its organs placed with intention, its skull cleaned and set upright like an offering. From it, mushrooms were already growing, slow and patient. "It is not finished," his mother said, "but it has begun." "What is this supposed to do?" She didn't turn. "Something older than law, older than men, a guardian." "And it will drive them out?" "However it sees fit." The logging site changed first. Machines were found destroyed, twisted like metal, had no meaning. No bodies, only blood. Then David stopped calling. Then the forest began to feel wrong, too quiet, too aware. Henry saw it on the road first, a man running, a logger trying to escape something behind him. Then the ground moved. Roots rose from the earth like hands and wrapped around his legs. The man fell. The forest waited. Then the scream came. And the silence afterward was worse, because then the sound returned. Not wind, not birds, something older. Henry saw it. 12 feet tall, 4 arms, a stag skull where a head should be, mushrooms growing from bone, black fluid dripping slowly from its body. It moved like the forest belonged to it, and the man was gone. Henry ran. After that, the forest stopped behaving like a place. Time broke. His phone showed the same minute for hours. Then he saw himself standing between the trees, wearing his jacket, watching him, and then disappearing like something incomplete. When Henry finally returned to the house, it had changed. The walls were covered in carved symbols. The furniture was gone. Mushrooms pushed through the wood as if the house itself was rotting from within. In the bedroom, his mother was gone. Only bone remained, slowly reclaimed by fungus that grew from the eye sockets and joints, as if the forest had already finished with her. Henry ran again, but now the forest felt different, not hostile, guiding. He found the clearing once more, but it was empty. The stag was gone. Only a dark stain remained in the earth. Then the silence came. Not emptiness, but attention. Something watching. And Henry understood he was not standing in a clearing anymore. He was standing at the bottom of something. He ran again and saw himself again, and again, each one slightly wrong, each one pulling him forward as if the forest was assembling something. Then he stopped running, because he was no longer alone in the forest. He was becoming part of it, and deep in the trees, the forest listened,